So greetings and welcome to today's educational program, How to Create Content in Support of Quality Management Professionals by Dawn Ringrose. This is your moderator, Doug Wood, with ASQ's Quality Management Division. So today we have the distinct pleasure of hearing from Dawn Ringrose. Please join me in welcoming her. A little bit about Dawn. She has consulted management in areas that positively contribute to organizational performance since 1984. A wide range of academic qualifications, professional certifications, and practical experience have contributed to her subject matter expertise in quality and organizational excellence. She's worked across sectors with different size organizations to improve performance, and several of these organizations have earned National Excellence Awards. Dawn owns and operates Organizational Excellence Specialists Incorporated in Canada and currently serves as board member with the Global Benchmarking Network, executive team member with the Organizational Excellence Technical Committee, ASQ's QMD. She's a member leader with the Content Management Committees at ASQ's Quality Management Division. She's also an advisory board member with the ISCM Foundation. And so without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce Dawn Ringrose. Dawn, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Doug. Real pleasure to be here today, and I'm really excited to tell you about this work that's been going on in these content management committees over the last couple of years. And I think sometimes people are curious about the way we go about doing things, and so I'm here to share a little bit about that today, and look forward to any questions that you might have at the end. First of all, well, what are the content management committees? There's 7 of them. They're listed here on the screen. And what they do is parallel all the information that we have in the QMD body of knowledge, as well as the training and development opportunities that arise out of that. The content, as you look at it on the SharePoint site in my ASQ, includes things like articles and books, training materials, tools, webinars. So it's a real nice wide range of materials that's available to members. And I must say, being a member of ASQ and involved with the Quality Management Division, I think we've got a really robust body of knowledge. So much information there available to members. To me, it delivers tremendous value. And as we look at the content management committees, what myself and colleagues have been doing, we've been focusing in on content management committees 1 and 3. And so this is the leadership and the management elements and methods part of the body of knowledge. And did you know that that accounts for 70% of the topics that we have in the body of knowledge? So when I looked at all of those, I thought, oh my goodness, this is quite a daunting task. So our job was really to look through the body of knowledge, make sure that you know, it was relevant and up to date and interesting, and we went through a process to take a look at what stays, what goes, and then to search for new content. So where did we start? We started by recruiting a great team, and we had 14 people in total that volunteered to get involved. Both myself and Bill Craddock started things off as the member leaders that were overseeing these 2 content management committees. And then Bill got real busy and had to leave, and Luigi Seeley comes in, and he is the other co-leader along with myself. And then we've got quite a number of volunteers that really come from all over the globe in our membership. We've got people from North America, the Caribbean region, the Middle East, Asia, Europe. Really pleased to have a nice, diverse group. And in addition to seasoned quality professionals, we had 3 members that were student members join our group as well. Then we developed a repeatable process. And the process is here on the screen, and I'll provide a little bit more detail. We looked amongst our team members that all had great experience and expertise and backgrounds. And we did a knowledge self-assessment that examined the degree to which each team member had knowledge and subject matter expertise in all of these topics that we were in charge of. And we used a 4-point scale ranging from none to somewhat to knowledgeable to very knowledgeable. And once all of the team members had a chance to do that, we assigned each team member about 5 to 7 topics to review. And we indicated which of those topics were present on the MyASQ site, the SharePoint site. And we also took a look at quality progress for the last 5 years, because we wanted to make sure that we had enough coverage across these topics from these various sources. We identified the content from SharePoint that should be removed, because some of the content was dated, no longer relevant. It was poor quality. Some of the videos that were shot from somebody's phone in a conference that may not have turned out all that well. We took that sort of items off of the content from the SharePoint site, because we didn't feel that it was going to deliver the type of member value that we were looking for. And we identified the gaps in the content, all those topics that had not been covered very well, or there was new emerging topics that really should be covered. So we identified the new content, and what we did here was something probably a little bit different that had been done previously, is we didn't want to get into a groupthink situation where we're just looking through the lens of a quality professional, someone involved in quality management or quality assurance. What we wanted to do was extend our reach to include those that have a strategic mindset. And this is very important when you're a quality professional and you're talking to somebody in the C-suite. You have to be able to talk their language. And so we wanted to make sure that we attracted people that work with a strategic mindset so that they can put that topic in question in terms, so they can have those sorts of discussions. How does this relate to vision, mission, goals and objectives, core values? Why would someone in the C-suite need to know about this? What value is it going to deliver to the organization? And we also wanted to take a look through subject matter expert lens, because some people around the world are real subject matter experts in some of these areas, and they bring great value to all of us as members as we take a look at a topic and we say, gee, how does this relate back to the work that we do? A good example of this is a futurist that I reached out to. A futurist is taking a look at the predicted future. And this really augments what we do in something like strategic planning. When we do, let's say, a SWOT analysis, we can take a look at the strengths and weaknesses of an organization, and we can take a look externally at opportunities and threats. But traditionally in strategic planning, we look in the next 2 to 5 years, but the futurist will take a look at what's going to be happening 20 years from now. And this is based on good market research. So this gives us another way to look at subject matter like that. So when we take a look through these different lenses, quality professionals, strategic thinkers, the subject matter experts, it takes that new content and brings it up to another level. So there's added value there for all of us as quality professionals. These subject matter experts, of course, we were within and outside of ASQ membership, and we developed a partnership with CMC Global, and CMC in this case stands for Certified Management Consultant. And this is a global network about the same size as ASQ. And certified management consultants are great strategic thinkers. This is where they live and breathe every day, and they're talking to the C-suite, sitting at the table, and helping leaders address their issues. So they have a good lens that we want to look through when we're talking about some of the subject matter, and really complements the way we view it as quality professionals. And we reviewed all this new content to make sure that it would add value for members. So we had 2 members of our team, usually a seasoned professional and a student, taking a look at all the new content coming in and saying, is it relevant? Is it accurate? And is it understandable? Because we have to be able to reach that range of members that we have, from student members right up to the very seasoned professionals. So throughout, the last couple of years that we've been doing this work, we really strive to communicate well with everybody. We have monthly 1-hour meetings to discuss the process that we've been using and our progress on the work that we've been doing. We sent meeting minutes by email to all of the team members and uploaded the meeting minutes to a shared storage site. I have a preference for using Box, and so we're using that, but we'll eventually transfer over all the information to the SharePoint site, so there's good record of what we've been doing. And then Luigi set up messaging via WhatsApp, and this has really helped to build a great sense of team, because we can send encouraging words to one another and quality thoughts and short video clips, and just we're there to support one another while we're doing the work. And I must say, we've made wonderful progress over the last couple of years. We've received 5 articles from the executive team of the Organizational Excellence Technical Committee, and these are going to be available in the next issue of the Quality Management Forum. We've received about 20 new articles from subject matter experts around the globe for the Quality Management Division body of knowledge. And these articles are currently being reviewed and be rolled out to the membership in the coming months. And the rollout is going to include an introduction of each article on my ASQ, and also on other communication channels that ASQ has, the e-blast that goes out to members, video vignettes, LinkedIn sites, Facebook sites, and these sites allow our members to have a conversation with the author, ask any questions, and dialogue a little bit. And we've also taken a look at the articles and saying, gee, should this sort of content be included in the QMD webinar series or the QM forum? These sorts of things and if we get interest from members, this is another signal that this information should be taken up to the next level, where all the members can spend a little bit more time with it. So a little bit more about the subject matter experts. I had spoken a bit about futurists and management consultants, but in addition, our subject matter experts that I've been reaching out to and other team members have been considering are human resource professionals, academics, accountants, CEOs, government leaders, engineers, project managers, people in the information technology area. And most of these people that we've been targeting give that nice combination of great academic credentials and certifications, but also a wealth of practical experience. And so when they write an article, and we've just asked for short articles between 1 and 5 pages, there's a lot of value packed in those articles. And I hope that you all appreciate the different perspective. You read the bio on the author, and think about where they're coming from, and it allows us to see all these topics in the body of knowledge through a little bit of a different lens. And I can't say enough about the great ideas and the suggestions that we've had from the students on our team. We've had 3 students, and they've told us along the way what they've appreciated and about being members of ASQ, and they've also had some great suggestions about how we can enhance their member experience. And things that they've really appreciated are the universities that they're attending that partner with the local ASQ sections to offer speakers, webinars, volunteer opportunities, certification programs, and low-price membership. And they also have just loved being sponsored to attend conferences. They've said that attending conferences like the World Conference has been a real game changer for them and very enlightening. And they've also had some really valuable suggestions, such as how about a mentorship program that provides career path advice? What about an onboarding program that will introduce them to the products and services at ASQ? How about an outreach program to members that are working in particular industry sectors so they can learn more about careers in given functional areas or industry sectors? How about spotlight sessions that share information on careers and quality? And so you can see all these suggestions are all about that career path. So understandably, this is pretty important when you're at university and you're studying and you're getting that academic knowledge. But what a wonderful world it is if they can come in closer contact with people and learn more about those careers and qualities and make the decisions for themselves about where they want to end up. And as a result of the experience that we had with the students on our team, I recommended to the other content management committees to make sure that they bring some student members on because they've added such a valuable perspective. So with that, I just wanted to say thanks very much for listening and open it up to any questions that you might have, any discussion that you might want to have on the topic that I've covered today, how to create content in support of the QMD Content Management Committee.
Okay, thank you, Dawn. So I'm going to surprise Dawn here. Dawn, I would like you to direct me to a portion of the My ASQ site where we can show these people some of the content that you prepared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to display my browser, okay? So everyone should be seeing the quality management body of knowledge inside My ASQ, inside quality management. Now, we've had other videos that explain how to get here, so we're not going to do that here. But in here, you see you've got Dawn talked about leadership, and she talked about management elements and methods. These were the two areas that she's concentrated on. Dawn, can you direct me to a place where we might see some of this content in here?
Well, Doug, if you click on one of the topics, the content will come up. Right now, there's limited content on My ASQ. It's limited to what we've had. Descriptive material. We haven't uploaded any of the new content yet because it hasn't been completely vetted.
Ah, okay. Is there anything in here where we've got something beyond just descriptive material out of the CMQOE handbook?
I'm not sure that we do, to tell you the truth.
All right. Yeah. There's been a little bit of work. We're building a collection of things to put in here. And of course, you're also looking for things, right, to add. If we were to go down under, now this is not Dawn's focus area, customer-focused organizations. But if we were to go down here under, customer satisfaction and loyalty, for example, and I clicked on that, and we come in here, you can see we have a single point learning module. Oddly enough, it's made by me, but it's a video that's embedded in here. This is the kind of thing that you're collecting, right? Although some of your things are articles. These files, you can download this file, okay, and learn about Net Promoter Scores. That's just one, okay. I guess you get the idea. There's a whole lot of things in here.
Yeah.
And
I can't take any credit for what's in here right now. Jerry Rice has been the one who's been uploading information and getting the site in good order and ready for all of the new content that we might want to add. So I have to give a shout out to Jerry for all his hard work in helping get a lot of this organized.
Yeah, but this is the framework, right? that's going to be building all this information to be available here in this framework, right? That's the idea. That's what we're seeking to do at QMD. And for example, change management is a popular subject, right? And we currently have information in here from the CMQOE handbook, all right? And then there, you can see here there's text that came from that handbook, all right? And we're going to be adding this material, Dawn, that you're vetting will be added in here, right?
Yes, and there's a host of information on the SharePoint site as well, and there might be I think there's things that members can access, and then there's others that the public has access to. So there's a bit of a division there.
Okay. Yeah.
Content. Yeah.
Okay. And the SharePoint that you mentioned is actually under revision, isn't it?
Yes, I think they're just kind of got the new SharePoint site just about ready, and so it's going to be in the next week or so. I think it's going to be all finished.
I think so. We do have a question from Wesley. He says, "Is the content copyrighted or can it be distributed?" How's that being handled, Dawn?
We get the author to sign an IP agreement that says that this is their content. They own the content, but they're willing to share it with ASQ. And so I think we all have to have respect for the fact that it's the author's content.
So they can take the content and let's say it's a PDF file, right? And they can share that with their coworkers as long as they keep the source listed in the PDF. They can't delete the source and claim it's their own, right?
Absolutely. And for each of these authors that are submitting content, I've asked them to share a picture of themselves and a short bio on themselves so that everybody really understands who this person is and what they've been doing, and they get a great appreciation for the author who's sharing the words and sharing their knowledge, their experience, their expertise.
Okay, so you can tell that this is a long-term project. This is not something that gets done in 6 weeks. Dawn, how long have you been working on this?
Oh, it's a couple of years, maybe 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
Because we first created these CMCs, I think, 2.5 years ago. And then we had to go through this whole process of, recruiting our members, figuring out the process we were going to use and then diving into it. So it's taken a while, and it's been good though. I mean, I think that by populating the team with a number of seasoned professionals that have a great appreciation for what's in the body of knowledge, and then new members like the student members, but what do they want to see in terms of emerging topics? It's been really great, and then I think that when we take off our quality blinders and we think about the world of information that's out there, we get this the view through the lens of other subject matter experts, like what's important for us to know these days. All of us in business, doesn't matter what we're doing, if we're working in government and business, nonprofits, we're working in quality roles, and some of us in the membership are working as management consultants and in different roles as well. So it's really important for us to have this broader view of these topics.
It would seem to me that while this structure, these content management committees are structured around the body of knowledge for certified quality manager, you could do the same thing for any of the bodies of knowledge for ASQ. For example, the audit division has a body of knowledge. Yeah. And they could also create specialized teams to focus on content, because my view of the content management committees is you guys are sort of like an extension of the ASQ librarian. That you're working in a specialized area, but you're developing content, vetted content, okay, to make available to members. That is something beyond what the ASQ librarian has the staff to do, right?
Yes, absolutely, and we get such great content already through ASQ and publications and so forth. But the content management committees have had given members a chance to take a look at the topics and through their own lens and say, gee, how does this look? Do we keep it? Do we discard it? What else do we need in here that's really going to deliver value to our members in the myriad of things that they find themselves doing, right? I mean, you take a look at our members, and you think about the new members coming on in terms of organizations. We're trying to look at it through that lens, and what's going to deliver really good value to the members, because I think that's one of the most wonderful benefits that ASQ offers is this content, and the related certification programs and chance to learn even more when we attend conferences and workshops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My head is full right now of the quality manager body of knowledge, because this week I've been editing copy proofs for the new edition of the CMQOE handbook. My co-editor, Sandra Ferderer, and we're splitting the duties of editing these 600 pages that just came from the publisher, the 5th edition of the CMQOE handbook. And as I'm working through this, and then we're here talking about this online version, it strikes me that, the handbook, the hard copy book that we've all relied on is, oh, this is the master list, right? In a way, what we're dealing with here via this content management committee and this online resource, we could be looking at the new handbook, right?
Yeah, potentially. I think, one thing to me, and I'm a more senior member of ASQ, but the one nice thing about a handbook is you've got information in one place. It gives us good foundational information,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you can maybe dive a little deeper into a more dynamic system of information that provides these additional articles and things to think about, things to learn about. So it's kind of nice to have something that is foundational and something that is a little bit more on the dynamic side to satisfy most of the members.
Yeah, that's very true. The handbook is the tried and true, the standard stuff. But what we could do here in these content management committees, we can put the new things, okay, that aren't quite yet part of the handbook. We do have another question here. On what topics is the group still seeking content? And how are they letting this be known so that potential contributors can contact the committee? How would that work?
Well, I can certainly, send out a synopsis of where we're at and information that we're still seeking. And you know what? We welcome suggestions that people have too. If they want to contact myself or Luigi, just contact us and let us know what you think should be included in our particular CMCs. Or you take a look at the body of knowledge, you can contact the other CMC leaders and say, hey, have you covered the bases on this topic? We welcome that engagement from the members.
Yeah, the screen is showing Dawn's Dawn's contact, but we also, again, in my ASQ, right? We've got this. You go into my ASQ and you can find Quality Management Division, and the content management committees have contact information here. So if you go in here and you go into the Quality Management Division, this is my ASQ. You have to join this, okay? However, our content management committees are all listed right here. And there you go. Dawn Ringrose, J.D. Mahevko, Luigi Seal, Eileen Saranto, Jeff Israel, Heather McCain, and Susan Gorvet. And if you want to see more about them, if I click on Dawn's name here, right? Let's see what that does. That gives me Dawn's profile, right? Oh, it's connecting. Give it a minute. The internet is busy. There you go. So there's Dawn, okay? And you can you know, friend with her, you can contact her, and so on and so forth. But the point is, you can find out what it is each of these committees is looking for. If you go here, see, I clicked on leadership, it took me back to this structure, okay? So I wanted to make sure people know that is a thing in my ASQ that the Quality Management Division has created. And if you are, some of you might be members of other divisions. We'd like to encourage every division at ASQ to think about using my ASQ in this fashion. The value for our members is unsurpassed. Okay, any more questions? I don't see any more questions coming up here. Dawn, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, there's just in terms of my contact information here, of course, there's my email, and also there's a phone number, and I just want to make people aware that that is a landline, because I live on Vancouver Island, on the west coast of Canada, and I live in a rural area, and I must say the cell service isn't that great here. I can get text messages on my cell, but the phone calls are just terrible. So I've put my landline on there because you're going to have a much better connection if you want to have a conversation with me.
A lot of mountains, huh?
Well, there is, and the thing about the cell service here on this island is it's a little spotty. I mean, you'll be in the major centers and it's fine, but where I live outside of the major centers in a rural area, it's not that great.
Okay, so we will include her email address in the email that goes out to all of you. Okay, so you get a chance to see that. So nothing else, we will move on here to our upcoming webinars then. We want people to know we have one coming up here next month in November. Dr. Gregory Watson is doing number 12. It is Managing for Quality. This one is going to talk about digital turbulence. We have 6 more coming from Dr. Watson that we are in the process of establishing, one in December and the other 5 in 2021. We have one coming up also in November by J.D. Mahivko and Eric Zink, the Strategic Planning and Ocean Conry. So that's going to be there. And you have a QR code on the screen. If you point your phone at that, you should be able to link to that. All right. So again, ASQ is the place where you go to get this content, and we want people to remember the My ASQ, which is the bulletin boards within ASQ to help get members, to let members connect with each other and gain this content that we're in the process of developing here. So this is the new thing with ASQ. It's the better way of communicating amongst ourselves. Anything else, Dawn?
Nothing else to add. I think even one of the questions that we received, what else do you need? I think in the next short while, we should have a good list of things that we're thinking about. But when members can consider that, and then if there's anything else you think we should be covering off on the CMCs that we're looking after, 1 and 3, you know, let us know. And in turn, if there's things that you think are really important topics to be covered with any of the other CMC groups, you've got the contact information there for the member leader. So really want the members to get engaged with us on this. It's your content really at the end of the day, and your help would be very much appreciated.
Okay, so that's you know, a wonderful closing remark. Thank you all. You'll get an email after this, and this will give you links to view the video. So with that, we'll say